Well, I got in from work a little early today. Not work. I was at the store. I was working, trying to get it ready to go. And it's about 4 o'clock, and I thought I would show you how to do a tumbler, or how I do them. I am not a professional at it, and I have not been doing it very long. Probably just before Christmas is when I started. And my family got tumblers for Christmas, and everybody loved them because I personalized them, put the pictures on them, and they really liked them. So I'm going to show you how I do it, and I use the Silhouette software to print in. And I bought the EcoTank, Epson EcoTank 2800, I believe it was. Yes, and when I got it, I did not put the ink in it that come with the Epson. I just totally set that aside, and the EcoTank 2800 was about $200. It was like $199 something, and I ordered a kit that had the sublimation paper in it, the sublimation ink, I believe that was Hiipoo ink, and the heat tape and 2 Teflon sheets. And then I ordered a case of tumblers, and it had, the case I ordered had 8 in there because I needed that many, and I just started in. So you'll need to find your I'm going ahead and printing mine out here if you hear the printer in the back, because it does take a while to print. But you need to find your digital image, and you bring it in, and you're going to measure around the width of your cup around. And mine is, I'm going to put it right here. You can see it's at 9.4, and I ordered a different brand, and I'm probably going to put it at about 9.3 on the width. And then on the height on this one, I've got it 8 point. And the other set tumblers that I bought, a different brand, I'm going to put it at 8.1. So it doesn't matter which brand you get. It's going to be just a little bit different, not much. So from there, I'm going to need to print this out, which I'm doing. I went ahead and done. But I'll go over here and show you how I have it set up my printer. So I go to print. In the Silhouette software, I'm going to hit print again. I'm going to make sure my Epson 2800 is highlighted. I'm going to go into preferences, and I'm going to choose sublimation. And then I want to print preview, because I want to make sure when this prints, it catches everything. And then also I've used, on the paper type, I used premium presentation paper matte, and I've got it to set at high color. Then I'll go over here to more options, and you always got to make sure, not always, but on tumblers you need to mirror your image. It needs to go flip backwards. And when I get that preview, the print preview, I can see that it has flipped. And then on my advanced, in the color, I just use the color mode Adobe RGB 2.2, and it prints out real nice for me. So anyways, that's the setup that I have to print this out. And then from there, I'll hit apply, and I'll hit print, and it'll print out. And then I'll be right back and show you my printout. Alright, it's printed out, and I'll let it set for just a little bit to dry. But here's the tumbler, and it comes with a matte or plastic or rubber, whatever you call these things. Anyways, when I get finished sublimating it, I'll put this on there, pull it, and they stay real well. And your lid, and it does come with a straw, a metal straw, and a brush, so you can wash it in the box. I've left my straw and stuff in the other room, so. And I'll leave the links to everything that I've got and what I use down below. And now I'm going to trim my papers off. And I use my paper trimmer. Like that down here. I'm getting it right on the line. And this trimmer has that little wire, so I can see right where I'm getting. And I did forget to say, this was Hiipoo. And you can tell which, now there's a cat here, and you do not want anything on your, especially on your paper up here, where it prints, or where it's, sublimates onto the tumbler. But anyways, this is the Hiipoo brand, and I used the Hiipoo ink. And I believe these are Hiipoo tumblers also. And I have used my printer for sublimating since before Christmas. And my ink levels have moved about that much. I've put all the ink that I had in the bottle. But I mean, I have printed and printed and printed with it. So it lasts a long time. There, I have that finished. Now, I'll set this aside. Take my tumbler. And I use this towel here for sublimation only. And I'm going to wipe this down. Some people wipe it down with alcohol. I'm just going to use this microfiber towel. Wipe it down real good. And I'm going to turn it upside down. And as you can see, my image has mirrored. But when it prints on the tumbler, it'd be correct. So make sure you get the top to the top. I have almost printed the top on the bottom and the bottom on the top. And I'm going to pull it around. And I'm going to make sure that everything's even there. And I'm going to pull this as tight. Which side do I want to come on top? This one. I'll have this here on top. I'm going to pull it as tight as I can and make sure they're even. I'm going to put it on this side and kind of pull it tautly. Gonna pull it tight, okay? In the middle and on the top and on the bottom. I hope I grabbed the right cup. There's no way to tell because I'm beginning to wonder. The reason I'm wondering is because I have such a gap. And this is the side that needed to be. I'm going to check that and just make sure. I had 2 cups sitting here, both different brands. And I'm just going to make sure I didn't. Because it seemed like I had a lot of overlap on this one. You can't really tell them apart. But I know this one was more narrow, or the other brand was more narrow around and a little taller, where this one was a little fatter around and a little shorter. So, I was thinking I had a lot of gap there. That seems to fit better on the bottom and on the top. So yes, I had the wrong tumbler that I had measured for. Yeah, that's the way I want it. Pull that real tight. And this is the heat tape. Heat resistant tape, and I ordered it with my kit. It all came, the ink, the tape, Teflon sheets, all came in one box. and it was from Hiipoo. Okay, now I will take a piece and I'm going to put it on this side that's overlapping this way first. I'm really not normally this clumsy. And I'm going to push it that way, tautly. And I'm just going to rub on this side of it and then down the middle. And I see a cat hair, but as long as it's not where my ink is on the inside, I hope I don't have any. Push that and push that. I'm not really sure. Sometimes I tape this up here to make it go tight, but I seem to have better luck when I don't tape the edges. See a little gap in there. Now, go ahead and tape it. Start here. And some of them go around the bottom, or, you know, go right on the lip. Some people go right on the lip all the way around and then run another one halfway up. I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to pull it. And I didn't, almost didn't cut it, or I didn't get it quite enough, but that'll work. And this tape, what came with my kit, was way better than this blue tape. This stuff does not want to stick. And then I'm going to check for gaps all the way around. I have a little bit of one there. Pulling it real tight and then pushing it in. There's some right there. I got some right there. Okay, that's looking good. And I think I'm just going to leave the bottom, because it's going to be down here really below. This one has kind of rounds down, kind of like that one. Doesn't seem to need it as bad as the top. Okay, now I'm going to start my press. Oh yeah, I forgot. I did have to buy my press too. I forgot all about that, and I don't even remember how much that was. I'll have to go look. I'll link it below too. I think I bought my... I done a little bit at a time. So I bought my printer and my ink and everything, and then waited a little bit till I could afford the press, and then got it. So, but I'll link it down below too. But I'm going to go turn it on, and I'll let you know the heat settings on it and everything, and how long I leave mine and how I do that. Okay, I've turned it on, and my heat press also came with gloves. But I've turned it on, and I have one tumbler that I use when it's heating up, because it says not to heat up with it without a tumbler in it. So I have one that stays on my desk all the time, and it's set aside just for that. And I can't remember, I think this goes to 385, and I use 50 seconds. and then when the beeper goes off, I pull it up and I turn it. I turn my cup a little bit and put it in for another 50 seconds. When it goes off, I lift it up, turn it again, and do it for another 25 seconds. It doesn't take very long, but I'm gonna let this heat up right now. Okay, it heats up to 365, and I have it set for 52 seconds, but I meant to set it for 50, but 2 seconds is not going to do anything. But I'm going to put the seam side down. I've pulled the other one out and put it on a mat that comes with, okay, the glove comes with the mat, or the glove comes with the Eenour press and a mat to set these on. So now I'm just going to push that down. I've got my tension set right here, and I've done it with one hand, so it's tight, but not real tight. But I'll wait for that to go off. I'll just wait on this one, and then I'll just run it through off camera, because I'll go for another 20 or 50 seconds and then 25 seconds after, and I'll turn it in between each time, and then I'll pull it out and let it cool because it is very hot. And make sure you have your glove on. I've got 13 more seconds. Actually, that's good enough right there, because I had an extra 2. Now if I can, yeah, I did. Now I'll rotate that. And now it's going to run another 50 seconds, and I'll lift it up and rotate it again and go for 25 seconds, and it'll be done. And I'll set it aside to cool, and then we'll take the tape off from it and the paper and see what it looks like. Okay, I have rotated it, and it's going for the last 25 seconds. And of course it was at 52, so I'm going to take it down to 27. There, it is done. And I'm going to pull it up and put it over there. All right, this has cooled down, and I'll start removing the tape. And a tumbler doesn't take very long, really, to cool down. They say if you remove it when it's hot, you could make your ink run or smear together. So I always wait till it's good and cool. I'm not gonna test the waters on it. Got that off. So far, it's looking good. There's where my seam was, which looks good. There's around the bottom. And then here is around the top. And there's where the seam was. And you can see now it says Country Roads Take Me Home. And the color's very, very vibrant and pretty. And I did forget to say, the Hiipoo tumblers that I ordered comes with a sleeve. And that's to put on there, and you hit it with the heat gun. You get it on there and you hit it very lightly with a heat gun. And it shrinks. It's a shrinking sleeve. And that's normally people use that if they're using the, convection, the little convection ovens. I think they're like $60 or $70. Some people use those. to heat press tumblers. But I have the tumbler press, so I don't use it. And of course it comes with this, the lid, the straw, and the little brush that goes down in there. And it also comes with, if you get 8 cups, it comes with 8 sheets of the Hiipoo paper. I just stick it in my stack of paper. Now the other ones I got, it just comes with the, you know, the straw, the brush, and this, and the lid, and the box. So it doesn't come with the sleeve or the paper, but I have the paper, so, and I don't use the sleeve, but I wanted to let you know it did do that. And you can see the ink's pretty much gone on my paper. It faded out really well and transferred to the cup. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to get back to crafting. I had to go to town yesterday. I spent the day in town yesterday, and I went to the thrift store and I got a lot of stuff. They was full, and I saw one lady go out with a cart full. If I could have run her over and stole her cart, I would have. She had some really old stuff in there. I don't know what went on. She loaded up, is what I'm saying. I missed it. Probably if I went there the first time I pulled in, or was going to pull in, I went downtown, and I was going to pull in, but there was no parking spaces. It was right at noon, and the restaurants were, everybody in the going in to eat in the restaurants had taken every parking spot in that area. And I thought, well, I'll go to the store and do what I have to do, and then I'll come back, you know, about 1 o'clock. Well, that's what I did. And if I'd went in then, it would have been really good. But I did get a lot of stuff, and I'll have a video on that soon. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until the next one, we'll see you later.